up as high as possible. We're almost done, 10 seconds. Keep pushing it. 5 seconds left. We're switching to jumping jacks next. And switch straight into it, regular jumping jacks. Just get those feet moving. This shouldn't be a breakneck pace, but you want to actually keep that heart rate up really nice and high. This shouldn't be easy. You should still be working at it, but you shouldn't be killing yourself. Now this is how every single one of the intervals is going to go. So you're going to have a really, really high intensity exercise followed directly by jumping jacks. You can sub those jumping jacks out for something else, but as long as you're doing something relatively the same intensity level. Now once those jumping jacks are done, then you've got a 30-second active rest, so jogging in place is what we're going to be doing. And then once that 30 seconds is up, you're moving right back into that original exercise. Once you do 2 rounds of each one of those, then you've got an extra 10-second break after that active rest before we start into a new set of exercises. So let's go ahead and do that active rest starting in 2 seconds. And drop it down to active rest, just jogging in place. Keep that heart rate up, but let yourself recover just a little bit more. This is the only breather you get before we start back into it for round number 2. And we're almost done. We got 5 seconds till we start back into high knees. 2, 1, and start again. High knees. Same amount of intensity. Try to drive those knees up as high as you possibly can. You want to try to get that knee above the height of that hip joint. Barely letting those toes touch the ground before you're drawing that foot right back up again. Just keep it going. We're already 15 seconds in with 30 seconds left to go. We're 2/3 of the way through with this one. We got 15 seconds left. Keep driving those knees up really nice and high. I know those legs are getting tired, but keep trying to push it. Try to force yourself to get as high as possible. We only have about 5 seconds left before we switch back to those jumping jacks. Almost done. And switch it right into those jumping jacks. Get a nice even pace going as quickly as you possibly can. Remember, keep that shoulder joint nice and solid. Keep those arms and legs nice and solid. Whatever you do, just don't let those arms and legs flail about. You want it to be a nice controlled motion the entire time. Now if you did those 2 rounds of high knees properly, at the end of that 45 seconds, you should have felt that it was just sheer will keeping those legs moving, that those legs were screaming the entire time. And that's how every single one of these high intensity sections of this cardio routine should be. You should be using just straight mental power, keeping those arms and legs moving when you switch into those jumping jacks. There shouldn't be anything left. Now we've got just under 10 seconds left, so keep pushing through it. We're going to switch that active rest here in just about 4 seconds. And go ahead and let it relax. Do that active rest. Remember, this is a jogging in place if you can. If you're too tired, then just at least shift your weight back and forth. Just don't sit down and rest. Now this is the second round through, so this means that after we're done with our active rest here, you get an extra 10-second break where you don't have to do anything at all. You actually get to completely and totally relax. Once that 10 seconds is up, we start into the next group, a different exercise, going for 2 rounds through of that one. And we got 5 seconds left. Keep it moving. And let it relax. Let everything completely relax. We're going to set up for the next exercise, which is a pulse squat jump. So you're going to drop down into a nice deep squat, pulse twice at the very bottom, and then jump as hard as you can straight up. Come right back down to that squat again, pulse again. Got a couple of seconds left till we start. And begin. 45 seconds, or 2 pulses at the bottom. Then jump as hard as you possibly can, come right back down to that squat again, and start that motion all over. Just keep that motion going as solid as you can. Nice deep squat every single time, trying to jump as hard as you can every single time. And you've got just under 30 seconds left. I know that seems like a long time, but it's going to be over before you know it. Just keep pushing through it as hard as you can. Now if those legs ever completely give out on you while you're doing this, it's okay to take a short little break and try to push yourself right back into it as soon as you can. What I like to do count 5 seconds to myself and force myself to go back to doing it whether I feel ready or not. And we're almost done. 5 seconds left. Keep it going. I know those legs are burning. And let it relax. Now force yourself to go right into those jumping jacks. Now I know your body's going to tell you to not even attempt doing these jumping jacks. The best way to do it is just get your first 4 done, and then your body will actually feel a lot better. It'll actually be a little bit of recovery, believe it or not. And you'll be able to punch through the rest of them. Got about 30 seconds left. Keep it going. we got just about 10 seconds left. Keep pushing through it. Keep that form nice and solid. We're almost done. We're almost to that rest point. 3 seconds left. And let it relax. All right, go to that active rest. Remember, try to keep yourself moving around as much as you can. You don't have to be doing something as energetic as a jumping jack, but try to at least jog in place or at least shift your weight back and forth. And you got just under 20 seconds left, so keep pushing yourself through this. Keep up on those feet. Remember, we're going to be switching straight back into those squat pulse jumps next. We don't get that 10-second break until we've done our second round. We're going to start you up in just a few seconds. 5 seconds left. And start right into those squat pulse jumps. And you're already a third of the way through. You got 30 seconds left. Keep pushing it. And we are 2/3 of the way there. We got 15 seconds left. Just keep pushing through it. Keep making those legs move. I know they're wanting to quit on you, but just keep forcing it through. We're almost done. 5 seconds left. Move to jumping jacks next. And switch it right into those jumping jacks. I know those legs don't want to do it, but keep forcing them to move. And you're a third of the way through these jumping jacks. I know those legs still don't feel great, but they probably feel a heck of a lot better than after they're just finishing up with those pull squats. So keep pushing through it. They're going to feel better by the time you're done. Got just about 20 seconds left. Remember, this is the second round of this exercise, which means we get that extra break at the end of this active rest. Now we're almost done. We've got just about 10 seconds left. Just keep pushing through it. Remember, we get that active rest next. 5 seconds. And let it relax. All right, remember that active rest. Try to jog in place if you can. At the very least, just shift that weight back and forth. Make sure you're still moving. Just never stop moving. You'll get to completely stop when we hit that 10-second break coming up here in just under 20 seconds. And we are almost at full break. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds. And let it relax. All right, go ahead and stop completely if you want to. Our next exercise of torture coming up is going to be the lateral jumps. We've got 45 seconds of this one as well. Remember, try to get as wide as you can with that jump, as well as staying as low as you can. We start in just a couple seconds. And begin. Remember, like I just said, you want to try to get as wide of a jump as you possibly can, moving as quick as you can from left to right, as well as trying to keep those hips and that chest down as low to the ground as possible. You want to put all that energy into jumping sideways rather than jumping up. And that's just about our halfway point right there. Just keep that motion going. Remember to keep trying to stay nice and low. I know those legs are pretty much toast by this point already, but keep trying to get them to work. We're almost done. 10 seconds left. Try to speed it up if you can. Really burn them out towards the end. 5 seconds. And let it relax. Move right into those jumping jacks. Force those legs to keep moving. As you get more and more tired, those arms and legs are just going to want to kind of flail around on you a little bit. They're not going to want to really respond to your input. So just keep concentrating as hard as you possibly can, forcing those arms and legs to do exactly what you want them to. You want to keep those arms nice and solid, keep that shoulder contracted, as well as keep all those muscles to those legs nice and contracted. So nice, smooth, even pace. Bring those arms up and legs out, and those legs back together as those arms come back down. And we are getting close to being done. We're just under 15 seconds left. There's 10 seconds right there. Keep those arms and legs moving. Moving on to that active rest next in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Do that jogging in place if you can, or just shifting your weight back and forth.